All right. So I don't know what Matt Reeves is doing with his Batman 2 movie, but I know what he can do to make the best movie ever, the best Batman 2 movie ever. So basically, he can do whatever story he's already working on, that's fine. But you need to add in three things that will take the movie to $1 billion, whatever, all the goodness. All right. I know this is they are split now in how they want to build their universe, whatever. But I still feel you can build out Matt Reeves' universe separate from every other thing Gunn is doing. So check it out. The three things that we can add to the movie to make it awesome. The first one is you need Robin, right? You need a young Robin who everyone knows Robin's story, orphan, blah blah blah, whatever. You need that guy in the movie who stakes in and he is not basically everybody knows how Dick Grayson behaves. Bruce Wayne doesn't want him to fight crime, he wants to fight crime and so they clash and he gets in the field and all that. But basically all Robin should be young, like 8 years, right? Or 10 maybe. He just needs to know how to drive the Batmobile. That's all. Right? So and Robin's great contribution to the movie will be that he's going to drive the Batmobile to rescue someone, maybe even Batman himself, during the course of the movie. Not just he's going to be poking around throughout the whole movie, seeing what he can get away with, but his major highlight in the movie is that he does that save. He drives the Batmobile and reckless, whatever, it's going to be great. But basically, that's all he has to do in the movie, right? As a young kid of 10 years old. So that's his major contribution. That's the one thing that will make the movie great. The second thing that will make the movie great for Batman 3, for the Batman 3, we want Damian Wayne. So for Batman 2, we have to plant the seed of Damian Wayne. And how do we do that? Ra's al Ghul's daughter comes into town in Batman 2 to tell him that he has a child. So basically, how it happened, Ra's al Ghul gave Bruce Wayne 10 years to fix Gotham, or he will come and do it himself. So Bruce Wayne left the League of Assassins and came to fix Gotham. So that's his origin story, but we don't need to see that. And the night before he left, we all know the way she drugs him and is it Talia Agu, his daughter, one of his daughters, drugs him and they sleep together, whatever. And so he bails the next morning, right? So he doesn't know anything about the child, anything like that is possible. So in the Batman 2 now, she comes into town for the purpose of telling him, yo, dude, you have a son. But as usual, he's afraid of her. She doesn't tell him. The movie ends without her telling him. Or when the minute he sees her, all he thinks is that Ra's al Ghul has sent her to come and start destroying or cleansing Gotham, which is what Ra's al Ghul wants to do. So the whole movie, all he's thinking is that why this girl is in town. For example, the first time he sees her, he confronts her, pins her against the wall, and like, what are you doing here? She says, oh, I just missed you, lover. You know the way she, all those kind of teasing things. Then it's not like your only business is Ra's al Ghul, and he gave me 10 years to fix my city, blah blah blah. You know how that should go. So, and basically that's their relationship in the movie. Then the movie ends with her, Talia al Ghul, killing somebody, one of the villains of the film, right? Because she sticks around, she wants to tell him about the child, but she can't find the right moment to do it. So she sticks around to help him out with his current crisis. And so that's how she's involved in the movie, doing her own stuff and helping when he doesn't want her help and all that. And so it ends with she executes the main villain in front of Batman. That's how the movie ends. Execute the guy, and so he sends her, they argue obviously, he sends her away, and She leaves. She never tells him because they couldn't get on good terms. And we only find out about Damian Wayne in a post-credit scene when she gets back to their palace, whatever, and we see her go and pick up our son and say, "Hey, Damian," and we do I have a clip prepared and everything already, but basically that's how we introduce Damian. So Talia Agu is going to be a main character in the movie, right? And she lives without telling him he has a son. So that's our angle. Then the third thing we have to add into Matthew's Batman 2 is Superman. Yes, I said it. Obviously not the new guy that Gunn is working on. Get another actor, right? But basically, we're going to have the Daily Planet score Bruce Wayne is this Bruce Wayne, try this one. He's like dark and gloomy, gothic, and nobody ever sees him. But Daily Planet basically scores an exclusive interview with Bruce Wayne. So we're going to have Perry White in the studio, and Daily Planet is not a newspaper; it's now a news organization like MSNBC, Fox, whatever. So we're going to have Perry White back at headquarters. Is a main anchor, big like whichever all these big guys are, right? So Perry White. So we're going to have Perry White in the studio. Then he's going to introduce the interview and pop over to Lois Lane in Gotham interviewing Bruce Wayne. And on Lois Lane's team that comes to interview Bruce Wayne in Gotham, obviously Lane is the interviewer. She's the young reporter. Maybe she just won her first Pulitzer, whatever. But so it's a basically interview is a big deal. Nobody ever interviews Bruce Wayne. Kind of like interviewing Elon Musk now or somebody big. Anyway, so she's in town to interview Bruce Wayne, and on her team, obviously we have Jimmy Olsen, who in this case, Jimmy Olsen is her producer now, not some photographer or whatever. So Lois Lane is a news anchor. Jimmy Olsen is her producer. Then Clark Kent is one of the camera guys or something, just starting out. He's young, he's an intern, he's clumsy, he doesn't know anything yet. So he's just starting out at the planet, and that's Clark Kent. So that's how Superman comes into the movie, right? So, and he's going to find out about Bruce Wayne throughout the movie because during the interview, he notices, Superman has a lot of powers, X-ray vision, ultra hearing. So, whichever one he uses, but he notices something is up about this Bruce Wayne guy they're interviewing, and he takes a closer look. So, I imagine something like this when Bruce Wayne is out fighting crime. Uh, Robin has gone out to his grave, or maybe he hears Robin downstairs. It doesn't matter. The point is this: so Superman goes to the Batcave, right? I imagine something like him just floating down slowly, like the way Homelander hovered down at the end of Gen V, just floating down slowly and looking around and observing this Bruce Wayne guy's double life. So throughout the film, so obviously the Daily Planet and Co. They do their interview with Bruce Wayne, they wrap up and they go. Hmm? That's their part. Then Clark, finding out about Bruce Wayne, he investigates Bruce Wayne's life secretly, of course. And I have a scene where he actually saves Bruce Wayne's life. Bruce is about to die, and we just see super speed, and something unexplainable happen, and everyone knows it's Superman. So basically, what's going to happen here? Superman is going to come to know Bruce Wayne, everything about him, all his secret, the cave, Alfred. He's just going to learn all about him and know that this guy is a good guy trying to save his city and all that. So that's all. He learns all that about Bruce Wayne. He never meets him. He learns all that about Bruce Wayne and leaves town after saving Bruce Wayne's life. And this is before the end of the movie where Talia al Ghul kills the main villain. So basically, that should happen in the movie. Then also, we find out in a post-credit scene also Superman, he goes to his fortress of solitude and talks to Jor-El and be like, I'm finally ready that I now understand what it is you want me to do. So the whole arc is going to be like after observing Bruce Wayne and seeing this human being a hero, Superman is not ready because we all know how Superman thing goes. He's an orphan. He's raised on the farm. Then he locates he builds the fortress. Jorel trains him in all the tells him all the knowledge he needs to know and everything. Then Jorel sends him back out into the world again to learn why he should save humanity. And so that's the phase we meet Clark Kent in. So after he sees Bruce Wayne's life and see what this human is doing, he now goes to the fortress and to talk to Jorel and be like, "I'm ready, Father, for to come out to the world as Superman." And so that's a post-credit scene on its own. So basically, those are the three things Matt Reeves need to add to his movie, whatever the storyline is. These three things I've listed can be shoehorned in, and the movie doesn't have to change one bit. So if you add these elements to the current story Matt Reeves has going for him, I think it's going to be a banger of a movie. So thank you. Share the video to Matt Reeves. Subscribe and bye.